Cup tie history very much here tonight.
Blissett trying to set up Ploskin a real chance, and 2-0.
This is turning into.
Oh, Callahan! He backheeled it in! Oh, what a cheeky goal! Played in early for Richardson to slide in. And Watford have written another episode in their tale of the unexpected.
Oh, lovely skill. Oh, what a magnificent goal! A moment of skill that would grace any match.
Blissett. Oh, the flag's up on the far side. The referee hasn't seen it. Controversy here looming. And Blissett again. A goal. But George Graham has made an emphatic protest from the bench.
That's Buatsa. That's a belter.
This is Carling Knot, a tall grey Cumberland fell towering some 1,800 feet above Loweswater, one of the quietest and loveliest stretches of water in the Lake District. But suddenly the big outside world has caught up with Hynock Farm. For it's in this unlikely setting that camp has been made for 31 young men who've come up from London, dedicated to improving their condition of mind and body in a rigorous Spartan routine that's unusual in this world of television and central heating. They are the men of Watford Football Club.
Very well, my rambling boy, may all your ramblings bring you joy.
Dennis Law, well, Dennis, as I said, saw him against Esther. No question, I think he got 3 or 4 goals in that match, and every one he got through sheer opportunism in the box. So you'll have to pay special attention, Nicky, not if you possibly can, if you do happen to drop a ball, then make sure you make your recovery as quick as you can. Be aware that he's following it. If the cause is lost and it's hopeless, he's following it in all the time.
This is Franks. Wants to make something of it now, and he nearly does. Yes, he does. Oh, what a good effort by Colin Franks. And this is the team they've got to beat. A team which, like their supporters, believes that it's on the road to Wembley. Liverpool looking for their 9th semi-final, and of course they beat Watford 3 years ago in the Cup after a replay. To Packer, back again for Owen. Ron Yates coming across his left ending. Ending coming on! That could well have been very costly, and certainly the best thing we've seen from Watford yet. Ending was left on his own, hit it first time. Roddy doing some good work in the air at the back for Watford. Garbett to Lugg. Waited for Yates to commit himself and then let him get the tackle. Now he's round the outside there, he's got 2 men up for it. Oh, well done from Owen! Brian Owen with the header, but very much made by Stuart Scullion. Wally. The mud caused that. Callahan, he's got Evans the other way. Oh, good effort. It was covered though, but it was a good idea. Scullion. But it's 3 against 5 as Scullion comes forward. No foul. Now Brian Owen. The game needing a goal to bring it to life. Going through the tackles that weren't really there. Scullion's turned the wrong way perhaps. Gets round the outside. He's got two men for the pullback. It's so slow, it's almost embarrassing. Scullion causing trouble, but he took an eternity to pull that one back. In comes Williams. This is Owen. Ending. Absolutely crawling past the post. From Endin, who's appealing for a corner. Graham unattended for a moment, and then brought down without ceremony by Wellborn. Evans! And that's the best shot we've seen from Liverpool from Alan Evans. Really got hold of it. Walker watched it all the way to put it over the top. And the Kop now letting themselves go a bit. They've suddenly remembered what they came here for. Now St John with space. To Graham, this is promising. Just to the hand-trick, Walker away by Lugg. Just reached down that right hand, did Mike Walker. Good stuff by Liverpool, by St John and by Graham. Callaghan. 3 down the middle mark by 4. In fact, there are 10 Watford players between this attack. Scully now straight running. Ron Yates has come across and will make it. Watford ball. Scullion. Lugg. Nicely through the legs of Wall. Endin! It's there! Barry Endin! That's the man who's put Watford in front and made a surprise here a definite possibility. And I don't have to tell you who they support, but at long last, an example of the quick strike, the quick through ball from Lugg to Endin, who crept through the Liverpool defenders, looked at the linesman, he ran straight back to half-time, and Watford are in the lead, and they're going mad about it. Just over 20 minutes for Watford to hold on, or Liverpool to strike back. This is Callaghan. Chris Lauder is up. Graham! Well, he had to turn on it quickly, and he got underneath it. Garbett, and it's a 2 against 2 situation, and an absolute block tackle from Ron Yates, and he got mud in the eye from somewhere, I wouldn't like to say where, but he did that tackle because he knew perfectly well that if he didn't stop Garbett, Garbett was clear, and the referee reading the riot act to both the blocker and the man who may well have pushed the mud that way. Watford skipper in there as well. But that's the sort of foul that one cannot condone, but in the circumstances perhaps one could understand. Andy now in a 1 against 1 situation. He's inside his man, he could sew the whole thing up. Very quickly off his line by Lawrence, saved the situation. Without that, Liverpool's chance would have died completely. And Bobby Graham has got a knock there from a rather injudicious tackle by Wellborn. Emlyn Hughes now. But the pass too short, now Wall. We've had a minute of injury time. Liverpool going forward again. St John to Hughes. Good try one, Emlyn Hughes. Oh, and over the top by Jeff Strong. Jeff Strong just stuck out a leg and it went over the top. But the sands of time surely have run out for Liverpool. Scullion. We've had 2 minutes of injury time, and that's handball by Wall. Ken Purvey not really giving his thoughts away. The trainer George Aitken to his right, and that's Bert Slater to his left, who played with Liverpool. This is Williams. Endine is in the middle. Away by Ron Yates, missed it. Garbett trying again. And Lawrence could have done nothing about that. The Watford crowd absolutely on their toes, demanding this final whistle, and it still doesn't come. 3.5 minutes now of injury time. Garbett, and the whistle now has gone. Watford have made history. They are in the semi-final for the first time ever.
And Liverpool can't really argue about the justice of that result. And why, oh why, are Watford in such trouble in Division 2? Anyway, after the match, their manager Ken Purvey talked to Barry Davis.
Ken, how much was your week in Jersey the key factor behind this result?
Well, I think I'm a little selfish in this. I have the players for 24 hours a day. I've got no other managerial responsibilities, no engagements to fulfil, nothing to do. Neither have the players. We're there to prepare for one match only, and this is what we do.
And what exactly were the plans that you laid?
Well, it's difficult to itemise the plans like that. Our plan was to beat Liverpool, and that we've won is justification enough.
I'm passionate about this club, with a capital P, and you can't get a capital P bigger than the P that I'm passionate about this club.
I'm also leaving Alan Mays out, bringing Luther Blissett
Bring
in.
Luther in. Where's Luther?
All right, all right.
Stirk again. Jocelyn! They found the finish now. We're halfway through the first half, no score. Garner, did he handle that? Jimmy Greenough with a good save by Andy Rankin. Very arguable whether Alan Garner handled that. Greenough went on, but I think there was a moment then when Garner had that in his hands. Let's look here as he turns. Certainly looked as though he had it on the forearm. Greenough went on and Rankin made a good save. Booth looking for Blissett! Well, his goals brought Watford to this stage against Newcastle, and to him fell the best chance of the match so far. But he wasn't able to keep his head as Roach came towards him. McElroy. Pushing and a fine save by Rankin from Jordan. Came from behind the two players who were pushing each other. Two good stops that Rankin has made. Here's Blissett again. And here is Downs. Jenkins in the middle, so is Jocelyn. Here's Jenkins. That's a good header back to Pollard. And a fine save blocked on the line by Buchan. That was a superb header by Jenkins. Really picked out his man. We've had good action at either end. Here's Pollard again. Booth. Jenkins once more. Pollard did well to reach it. Jocelyn. Pollard, blocked by McQueen. Not a good header. Downs. Looking again, that was a nod back by Jenkins. Went straight to Pollard, who was able to kill it. Roach did well to kill the pace of it. And Buchan comfortably on the line. Very precisely too. Blissett. Downs who made the early ball. Jenkins to Blissett. Another good save by Paddy Roach. Paddy Roach showing more confidence this season than ever previously. The initial mistake by Buchan. Jenkins's pass to Blissett. Look at the positioning of Paddy Roach. Watford supporters with certainly plenty to cheer. Here's Grimes. That's a corner off Jocelyn. Jordan, and it's in. McQueen smiles, Jordan gets the congratulations. From the corner, there's a moment of hesitation here as the ball came away from in front of McQueen. Downs thought about going for it, and somewhat over his head by Jordan. Rankin could only push it into the roof. Good head by Harrison. Alveston didn't hit that particularly well, and Roach committed. McQueen, the feet were fairly high then, but McQueen got it out of harm's way. Here's Downs. This it! Oh yes! Well, he had a far easier chance in the first half, and he goes to the Watford supporters. That really was a fine goal. Good cross by Downs, and a flying header wide of Roach. Got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. And within a minute of the second half, it's 1-1. Blissett, speed across the face of McQueen. Jenkins going into the middle. Here's Jenkins. Well, they're doing everything but Watford. On the balance of play, they deserve to be ahead at this stage. Found Jenkins, but he was leaning back, and it went away. Well, one can understand the reason why there are such high hopes at Vicarage Road of the future of Watford Football Club. This is not just a team raising themselves for a cup tie, this is a team playing for the qualities that they have. Greenough, oh, that's a lovely flick inside. Koppel. Here's Grimes, hit the angle of post and crossbar. Jordan, Rankin beaten by his own defenders. McCreary off the line by Garner. Marvellous entertainment. Really great stuff. Good setup. Shot off the angle of post and crossbar. Came out. Jordan followed it in. Rankin got his defenders in the way of him, and then Garner off the line with the keeper beaten. Pollard. Driving from midfield, McQueen across. Jenkins has got Stirk there. He's got Booth inside, number 4. Blissett coming in and makes it! Second round running, he scored 2. It's no more than Watford deserve. They have played really, really well, particularly in the second half. Jenkins found Booth, Booth's cross, in came Blissett, who took the booze at the start and could well have the last laugh here at Old Trafford. Koppel. Got the rebound, rather fortunately. Jimmy Greenough hit the post! Rankin was beaten. Speed of Jimmy Greenoff's turn. Look at this. On the up. Goalkeeper beaten, the post saved him. Houston. Jordan. Greenup. Alan Garner was following the flight and got a foot in the way. Just look at Garner here, the defender. He was watching precisely what was going to happen. Topple with the corner. McQueen! Fine save! Brilliant save by Andy Rankin from McQueen. We've seen the deeds of cup tie history very much here tonight.
The only question is, can the chairman stand it?
No. Bertie Mee was sitting beside me. He said, wait till we go to a cup final. I said, I don't think I'd make it. I'd have to be sedated, I think.
Well, I bet you like the chance, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course. The League Cup final wouldn't be bad.
That win made his earrings sparkle.
Hey! Come on, get crop in this club!
Well done, Alan. The defence didn't move out to catch Downs. And there's Jenkins!
When I'm performing on stage, I'm the most egotistic person in the world. I have to be, because I believe I'm the best. When I'm involved with this football club, I believe Graham is the best. And one of his great things is that, for me, when he came to the club, I was at a point in my life where I'd reached everything that I could, more or less, within my profession. And he instilled within me again the energy that probably was lacking and the will to succeed.
Who is the real Luther Bliss here? Tail end here, like the gearbox, that black thing here, that is built on a...
I think it's important that the players see other aspects of life. I think it's important as well that they see the people who come to support them in their working conditions. I think to get shoulder to shoulder with people is important, rather than just to be seen as people who are performing on the field.
Oh, and Foster flicked it and Steele saved it. Is that in the net? A goal may have been given, and it has. And Harlow, the non-league side, are in the lead. Here he is again, and scores. Ian Bolton made it look easy, but what about the little dodge with the two players who stood there and then parted to leave room for the shot to go through? Nicely worked free kick by Watford.
So Welsh international George Berry will take the free kick for Wolves. Trying to find the head of Richards. Gray's there with a back kick. A good save by Steele. Well, the free kick came from George Berry, went on to Richards, and Gray tried the overhead kick. A good save by Watford goalkeeper Eric Steele. Best scoring chance of the game so far. Now Sims. Poskett onside this time, and it's going to be a race between him and Berry. He does well, the goalkeeper's out, and it's just wide. Well, for once, Poskett found himself just on an offside position to collect that ball. It was a direct confrontation between him and Berry. He won it, he beat the goalkeeper, but he couldn't get it home. And Sims trying to set up Rostron. Kearns just there on time. Rostron injured after that confrontation, took a blow to the heart, I think. But no foul, says the referee. But Watford once again in possession. Blissett setting up Poskett. Rostron might be offside, he's moved onside. And now he's got a chance from Poskett, and it's just over. And Emlyn Hughes complaining bitterly to the referee that Rostron was still offside when that ball was passed forward to Poskett. Rostron looked up, saw it, came back. Poskett fed him, but Rostron's left foot shot was just over the top, and now Emlyn Hughes is being talked to by the referee, complaining just a little vehemently there. He's cooled down now, Emlyn. Glancing header from Jenkins, trying to set up Blissett. And a saving tackle from Parkin. For Jenkins' head, can't quite make it. It's a corner. Came off a Wolves defender. So Watford pressing and pressing for the first goal. Oh, Jenkins is there. The goalkeeper just saves it. It's kicked off the line. Sims with a chance. And about 3 deflections. Eventually, it's another corner. Well, Cairns just got to that once. Couldn't quite get to it again. And the ball hit about 5 players in the end. Substitute coming on. John McCall coming on for Kenny Hibbett. And that's understandable, bearing in mind Hibbett's injury, which very nearly prevented him playing in this match. Well, McCall's only just come on, and he's taken a knock straight away. Well, what's happened? They want a stretcher. It looks as though he's come straight on the pitch. A biting tackle from him, and he may well have a very serious injury indeed. They're bringing out a stretcher. Well, that's incredible. I mean, McCall has been on literally seconds. He goes into his first tackle. They've heard a crack, I would imagine, and I think he might well have broken his leg. Well, that's incredibly bad luck. So sporting applause for John McCall. And now Wolves down to 10 men. Jenkins just got ahead to it. Emlyn Hughes heads away. So a corner to Watford. I think he might have injured that knee, Hughes. He's had trouble with that this season. And we're looking for even more medical attention, it seems. Clash with the goalkeeper there, and clearing that from under the bar. And Wolves really in the wars at the moment. Might have stretched it a bit there. I'm all right, he says. Now here's Poskett. Headed off the line, headed in. Well, that chance virtually came out of nothing. Poskett with the header, he's celebrating. Palmer tried to head it out, only succeeded in heading it further in, and Watford have broken the deadlock against the 10 men. Wolves 0, Watford 1, and Watford now just minutes away from the 6th round. Blissett trying to set up Poskett, a real chance, and 2-0. Malcolm Poskett with his 3rd goal, 3 minutes from full time, makes, I would think, absolutely sure that Watford will be going into the last 8 of the FA Cup, and the dream of 2 visits to Wembley for Wolves is surely now finished. Blissett set him up, and there was no mistake this time from the former Brighton forward. Clean left foot shot, and Watford lead by 2-0. Well, the turning point in this match may well have been that unfortunate incident in which John McCall possibly broke his leg. He was on only for literally seconds, and with Wolves reduced to 10 men, Watford have scored twice. That's a dangerous one from Berry. 2 men approaching, Blissett, 3-0. Well, that was a pretty dreadful mistake, an unfortunate error by George Berry. Passed the ball clean across his own goal. The Watford men were queuing up really to take it, and Blissett hit that fierce right foot shot into the top of the net. The score: Wolves 0, Watford 3. And who would have dreamed of that scoreline this morning?
I suppose in a way, Graham, that unfortunate incident to John McCall changed the course of the game.
I'm not certain it actually changed the course, Desmond. I mean, it's very unfortunate. No one ever wants anyone to get injury and sustain a broken leg, which I believe John has done. I was worried because when a side goes down to 10 men, the crowd tend to get very sympathetic towards them and lift them. And I was pleased it didn't change the course that way, and I think that we really deserve credit for that. We didn't let that over-affect us, as it sometimes can happen.
And Price's shot, and turned in by Stapleton. Oh, it's 2 against 1 here, Brady. If he can slip it to Stapleton, it could be all over. And it is number 2 for Arsenal.
Callaghan has gone on a run down the right. The pass for him wasn't accurate enough. Albiston's header, and then Birtles, but only as far as Bolton. No offside flag. And terrible troubles, and Manchester United escape as Luther Blissett fires wide. Blissett seemed to have so much time, but could never really make the ball settle for him. And when he pulled the shot, pulled it too far. From beyond Gidman, this is Lohman. Jenkins at the far post, and Blissett first time! Right foot just missing the angle. Luther Blissett, who scored both goals when Watford knocked Manchester United out of the League Cup at Old Trafford in 1978, was not far away from one there. Now Jenkins against Buchan. Moran beaten by Blissett. Clearance by Albiston. Birtles colliding with Barnes, foul not given, the advantage anyway with Watford. Pritchett, Lohman, and Lohman crosses, good one with the right foot. Corner given. Cross was very testing there, well struck by Lohman. The back heel set him up for it, and the instant right foot delivered well. Bailey just got a half fist to it. Vaughan Atkinson, Manchester United's manager, in the fur coat on the right-hand side of that picture as we look at it. Moran's header, Pritchett collects. And for Jenkins, and turn for Blissett. Well, he's finishing, leaving a little bit to be desired. Luther Blissett has certainly had the chances that there have been going, and he was put in the clear here by Jenkins. Was a little bit hasty, should certainly have pulled a save at least out of Bailey. Stapleton. was off Lohman, so it's a corner. Conceded from all of 30 yards out. Gordon McQueen injured and not playing for Manchester United today. I guess he probably would have been in to cope with Ross Jenkins at the other end, and would certainly have been useful in this kind of situation. Lou Macari got up though, off the line by Taylor. Well, that was a real let-off. Anxious moments when you're that age, and it's the third round of the FA Cup. McElroy, this is where he usually plays so well, down this left strip, and he's going well here. And Macari gets in for the header. It's remarkable how often this little man gets up and wins balls in the air. McElroy making a good run, and then he turns and checks back out, chips it up as he falls, and it's Macari who sneaks in to make the header just over the top. Bolton set himself for that. Birtles outmanoeuvred him. Barnes. One for Blissett to chase. Moran with him. Jenkins going far post. Moran got in the tackle for the corner. A minute from half-time. Perhaps a last fling for Watford before the players go in. It was looked on as one of the great psychological moments, and the Watford fans trying to lift their team to a goal just the moment they would wish. Taylor's corner, hanging. Good punch by Bailey under a lot of pressure. Taylor to try again. And a good header from Lohman, and a good shot, and it's got in! It's 1-0, 30 seconds from half-time. I think it finally went in off Kidman, but I doubt whether he could have stopped it, and Lohman is entitled to the credit. Scored against Charlton on his debut last month, gets another goal in only his third appearance for Watford. Taylor turns it over, having seen his corner cleared. Lohman's header, Lohman's shot, and it goes in off Kidman. Now here's Taylor and Callaghan. Callaghan again. Did well there. Taylor! Did that go in? Referee says no! Brilliant shot from Taylor. Hit the underside of the bar with Bailey grasping air. Came down so fast that I suspect nobody could tell. I wonder what this will show. Taylor's shot. Crossbar, down and out. Mr. Hunting says no. Taylor himself to take the corner. Good header away, but only as far as Taylor again. And Jenkins! And a terrible muddle in the Manchester United penalty area, and eventually they scramble it away. But Watford have picked up where they left off at the end of the first half, and came so close twice there to increasing their lead. Well, Graham Taylor down on the bench for this second half, closer to the excitement. Ron Atkinson too down on the bench. Contrast in managers. Atkinson so volatile and Taylor so studious. McElroy taking on Rice. Birtles trying to put him in again, and that's a good ball. It's nicely weighted. McElroy will put it back deep. Stapleton and Birtles. Great save by Sherwood. And hacked away, and Watford breathe again. What a game this is turning into. McElroy with the deep cross, hanging for Stapleton to head. And there's a lot of scrambling goes on, and then just a reflex arm stretched out by Sherwood. Nice cool bit of play here by Steve Terry. 19 years old. Only his 20th appearance, Steve Terry, and he set this up now for Blissett. Jenkins missed it by a whisker. Astonishing that the scoreline is only 1-0. If it had been 4-3 by now, it wouldn't have been a misrepresentation of the way this game has seesawed. Birtles. Bakari. Stapleton. And a great save from Ulverston by Sherwood. Fullback really had that right on the button. Looked as though it put 3 pinches under the bar. Sherwood flung up a fist. Stapleton plays it across. Ulverston steaming in. What a good save. Pritchett for Armstrong. Controlled it well on his thigh and turned absolutely brilliantly to lose Moran. And now teasing Gidman and getting it in. Bailey, a good save. Fine bit of play by Jerry Armstrong. And with 20 minutes to go, Ron Atkinson now must be feeling very concerned. Wilkins, neatly done. Now can he make use of the spaces created? Taylor getting in a good hard tackle on Birtles. Kidman. Pressure now from United. Birtles getting round the back and tipped over by Sherwood. Think it could have dropped in. Sherwood has made some good saves at critical moments for Watford. Wilkins it was who made this chance, created himself the space, floated it long and deep, and when it came back from Birtles, Sherwood had to climb and tip it over. McElroy, another graceful runner with the ball, very ungracefully strong-armed off it by Taylor. Bakari just can't get the ball back quickly enough for the free kick. Well, you can sense the tension there, and you can sense the excitement there. Robson to take the kick. Manchester United with 10 men in the Watford half. Sherwood has lost it, and it's over the top by Moran with the goal gaping. The smile of a relieved man, but what thoughts must be going through the mind of Kevin Moran. Free kick taken by Robson, and Sherwood for once shows a sticky pair of hands, and Moran holds his head with his hands.
Armstrong. Rice. Touched off nicely by Callahan to Armstrong. Barnes is pulling away to the left. Stewart with him. So he won the free kick from Ray Stewart. Callahan, Armstrong got a touch, but the referee had already blown. Phil Parkes was fouled. Callahan went up first with goalkeeper Phil Parkes, Armstrong coming in behind him, but the goalkeeper was impeded. No goal. Pritchett in the way. Was driven by Pritchett for Armstrong to chase, and he's got some pace. He's up against Billy Bonds here. Barnes. Still Barnes, low in, oof! Nobody there to apply the finishing touch. Well, there were two of them there, but not quite far enough forward. And the foul this time by Bonds on Armstrong as Watford look for the thrust in the last few minutes of the first half, which could mean so much in what's been a very tight cut tie so far. Terrier's right on the far side, that's his header. Callahan!
big number 5, putting West Ham very much at risk there. It was a good header back across the goal, and Nigel Callaghan was only a foot or so away from making contact. Barnes is trying again now. Fine play, Jenkins came in, it's gone free, and a foul on Parks. Well, it was a foul on the keeper, I fancy, but what a nice piece of play by 18-year-old John Barnes out on the left there. His way to goal appeared to be blocked by at least 2 West Ham defenders. But he found a way to get his cross in tight from the line. And that's the sort of width Watford looked to him for today. Here's Terry with the long throw. Jenkins up with Martin, that's a corner. Watford still have promotion to go for, 3rd in Division 2, but thriving on the incentive of playing First Division sides, which they would hope to do regularly next season. Packing the near post again for the corner, which Pritchett will take. Away by Cross. Leave it, says Bolton. That's a fair ball. Back to Pritchett. Prefers his left foot. Here's Barnes. Callaghan. Oh, and it's gone in. Jerry Armstrong got a touch. West Ham are appealing for a possible offside, but it's been brushed aside. And Watford are in front. Callaghan got the first touch, and Jerry Armstrong just touched the ball over the line. And now it's Brooking. Goddard will want this played early, and so too will Billy Bonds, breaking so intelligently from the back. Goddard and Cross, the only 2 players up with him as yet. Others are arriving now in midfield. Here comes Cross, got a touch, and so did Sherwood. Smart break by West Ham. Billy Bonds, the leader, charging down the field, getting the ball in. Cross getting his foot there. Sherwood a hand there. Armstrong, and again, once more it was Martin. Callaghan, flying header by Ray Stewart. Well, can Watford continue to make the running for what remains of the match? Because they've made it all so far. Pritchett to take the corner. Armstrong again. Callaghan! He backheeled it in! Oh, what a cheeky goal! Nigel Callaghan! The 19-year-old makes it 2-0, having made the first, he scored the second. And if they have a competition for the cheekiest goal of the season, that's got to win it. Pritchett took the corner long, Armstrong got up, supported by Terry, and when it dropped, Nigel Callaghan just clipped it backwards into the net. Martin at the back. Lampard, what a good block that was by Armstrong. Back in by Stewart, is he offside here? Well, Frank Lampard stayed forward and the flag stayed down. And when Ray Stewart knocked the ball in to his opposite fullback, Lampard, that was West Ham's cleanest chance, but he volleyed just wide. So the Watford story goes on. A further First Division scalp for a Second Division club who may well be among First Division company permanently if they go on playing like that. Perhaps as Elton John applauds these players, the most remarkable thing about the match was not that Watford won it, but the fact that they were on top for virtually the whole of the 90 minutes and gave West Ham very little say at all.
And not surprisingly, the mood of that dynamic duo of chairman and manager was buoyant, and Mr. Elton John put it all down to a lucky suit.
Well, actually, he's looking very well at the present time. They're not his real shoulders, by the way. Do you know? I can't get in there, but these are... People think these are his real shoulders. You've got to be thinking... You've got to be kidding yourself.
It's his wages in there.
It's been the most momentous week in Watford's 91-year existence. And to underline, this is very much a family club. Graham Taylor, the manager, and his players coming onto the pitch today with some young supporters. Blissett gets up as a flick on there. Barnes tries to make it, and Jenkins, I think it was already over the line by Barnes. Blissett on the near post. Barnes! 3-0. Elton John applauds the goal.
Football is a simple game. It's not a sophisticated game. It's a game for the man on the terraces. It's a game to excite the people. And I know this, that whatever level of football I watch, never mind of being involved in, the man on the terrace, when he sees something that is going to be exciting and create excitement, and usually it's in and around the penalty box, he will start to take great interest. He is not interested, in my opinion, of watching people play 15 and 16 consecutive passes in their own half of the field. Now, if we try to tell him he has to become more sophisticated, I think what he will say to us, as in fact he has been saying in the last few years, I'm not going to bother coming and watching you because I just want to get excited about the whole thing. I hate sophisticated football.
Le miroir entre les fenêtres, où est le bureau?
Où est le bureau? Où est le bureau? Où est le bureau? I tell you what, Angela, I don't know where the bureau is, but when we get in the European Cup, you can have a complimentary ticket.
Thank you.
A 2-0 win in 90 minutes would see Watford through with that away goal they scored in Germany. 3-1 to Watford in 90 minutes would mean extra time and possibly penalties. Anything less would put Watford out. Watford who will be all out to bombard the Germans in the opening 20 minutes. Rostron stays forward for Barnes here. And Briegel who miscued. Barnes going onto the near post. Nigel Callaghan to take the corner. And a flick on by Barnes, and their heads are up. And a very close thing indeed by Rostron. Goalkeeper reacted, but the flick on causing Kaiserslautern problems. Barnes on, and Richardson, and it's there! Ian Richardson, on his first team debut for Watford, has scored after 4 minutes the early goal they wanted. What a superb start. 19 years old, he scored twice against the China team when Watford toured in the summer. Got a place tonight only because of the injury this morning to Lohmann, and he's given Watford the opening that they needed. Here's Rostron. Ooh, and the header past his own post this time by Briegel. And again, Watford packed the area. And now Terry arrives. Rostron appeals for a foul by the crowd. Here's Palmer, driven in low. Oh, and against the number 4, an own goal. Meltzer. It's 2-0, and the aggregate is level. Watford have wiped out Kaiserslaughter's lead in the opening 10 minutes. Charlie Palmer got that ball in, the goalkeeper parried, it's an own goal off the number 4, Werner Meltzer, and it's 2-0 on the night, and 3-3 overall. Barnes being shadowed by Meltzer. And turned in by Rostron, and a good header by Gilligan. He applauds the cross, and it was beautifully pulled back. And this is where Wilf Rostron, who used to be a winger, is so dangerous from left back, and Gilligan's header going correctly back across the goal to beat the keeper, but wide. Forward by Kenny Jackett. And Nigel Callaghan shaking off his marker. There are 3 waiting in the centre for the cross. And here's Richard Jobson. Well saved. Kept it down well, did Jobson. Another good opening worked here by Watford. Nigel Callaghan supplying the cross. The crowd inside Vicarage Road tonight is 21,500 for Watford's first European match here. There's Terry, and then Gilligan. Barnes. Rostron's made a tremendous run from left back, and he was found by Callaghan. He's got 3 in the centre, and here's Gilligan! What a marvellous move! Oh, that was a terrific run by Wilf Rostron. Well, happy days at Vicarage Road. Who could have predicted this 5 or 6 years ago? How well Steve Terry has played at the back. This is Jobson. Played in early for Richardson to slide in. Well, I'd say, what a brilliant goal, his second of the match. And it looked so simple, but it was beautifully contrived. Between 2 of the youngest players, Richard Jobson with the cross, he was in Sunday League football a year ago, and the lad Richardson has now scored twice in his first senior match for Watford. Now what that means is that Watford lead 3-0 on the night. They lead 4-3 on aggregate, but if Kaiserslautern were to score now, they could send the match into extra time. That was Eilenfeldt trying to get Arlofs away. Ian Bolton is the defender. And Nielsen is in the middle with the flick on, and Guy's there! But fortunately for Watford, their most uneasy moment came to nothing but a corner. It looked a certain goal there as Arlofs turned the ball in. Nielsen was the man with the header, and Geyer was hot favourite here to score. Well, they're on the verge of something memorable again here. They've got to win this. Steve Terry needs to win it. And Jobson does too, and Watford have written another episode in their tale of the unexpected. Ian Richardson, who didn't know until this morning that he was in with a chance of playing, was told at the training ground he was selected for his first senior match for the club. And his 2 goals have brought a marvellous victory. 3-0 on the night, 4-3 on aggregate. They pulled round a 2-goal deficit from the first leg, and an historic night indeed in this corner of Hertfordshire.
From a personal point of view, John,
this is the greatest result of my career. Perhaps not the greatest performance, but the greatest result.
What about the thinking behind the now inspired selection of Ian Richardson?
Ian has got natural pace, and he's also a goal scorer. And on a man-to-man situation, I felt that that was well worth having a go at. Perhaps I ought to tell you the truth and say he was the only one I got left.
Elton John might have to compose a song to celebrate that win. What a marvellous match to come back on Sports Night with.
You're a man, and I'm going to give her a big whopper again, eh? Isn't she lovely, eh? Look at that, eh? What a cheeky little face.
Chip across could find Johnston. What a fine goal to make it 5.
So the ground is St Andrews, the team's Birmingham City and Watford. The crowd was 40,220, and what a pleasure it was to see those terraces full.
Gets across well. Good header, clear by Harford that was. Oh, it's stepped forward by Terry, and he was so shocked that he has missed the best opening so far. It was Stevenson who cleared it to that far side. When the ball came back, Terry seemed absolutely stunned that it had reached his feet and stabbed it forward in rather innocuous fashion. Barnes has seen little of the ball so far. How well he did. Johnston. Riley! A fine effort, and this partnership, which has been so fruitful for Watford this season, nearly forging a goal. Barnes, the man who instigated it. Johnston took it on, drove his cross in hard and low. Riley's diving header, a goal kicked the outcome. An enormous kick by Sherwood. Blake gets it clear, only to Barnes. Oh, lovely skill. Oh, what a magnificent goal! A moment of skill that would grace any match. John Barnes taking the ball down from that enormous clearance by Sherwood, cut inside the defender, had only one thought and hit a superb bending shot high into the net. 1-0 to Watford. Johnston. Here's Barnes. An exciting player, he looks in full flow. And a good cross too. And Callahan! But the goal will not stand. The referee deciding, I think, that it was Johnston with his initial challenge on the goalkeeper who committed the foul. Interesting to see that again. Barnes exploded beyond the defender and got in the perfect cross, hard and low. Johnston, I think, was penalised for that challenge as Callahan hit the ball into the net. Barnes. Johnston working hard to keep it in. Here's Barnes again. Gets another lovely cross in. Riley! So close. And Barnes
Hopkins is turning this game Watford's way, almost single-handed. Again, getting in, the telling cross, and Riley's so big that he'll win those all day, and directed his header just over the Birmingham bar. Harford's header. Stevenson up well, Hopkins. Now then, the referee had a long look at that challenge by Franklin on Hopkins and decided play on. Wright's clearance hits Barnes. Barnes tries the shot, Johnston just wide. Well, what a moment of action that was. Barnes inevitably instigating another good break, and Johnston flashes his shot just wide. Rostron, straight to Hopkins though. He's done well here, Hopkins. And pulls it back for Harford! Brilliant run by Hopkins. Harford collects the ball, he and Stevenson going in together, but they'll both say that the goal was really made by Hopkins. Well, as Hopkins did so well on that right-hand side of the field with a lovely run and cross, three players going in together. Harford was one of them, but I think it came off Terry for an own goal. And people scrambling for the best view here amongst this big crowd at St Andrews. Hopkins again. And Gale. Oh, he's done so well. Franklin in with a brave challenge. And Gale creating the danger then, beating his man superbly, getting into the box. Franklin concedes the corner. St Andrews buzzing like I can't remember it for a long time now. Harford. Superb positioning by Sherwood. As the corner came over, Harford took it down in one movement and hooked it goalwards. Sherwood was in exactly the right spot. Harford running intelligently, Terry across to cover. And in for Hopkins again. Allowed to turn, and the shot comes in. Oh, and was so close by Cool. And Hopkins has been the important figure in this Birmingham revival. Barnes. Blake climbing well, but here's Taylor. Oh, a superb goal, and that surely is the winner. Les Taylor celebrates his first goal of the season. He's missed so much of the season through injury. But what a way to celebrate his comeback. When that clearance dropped to him, Taylor had one thought and executed it superbly. The shot driven into the top of the net. Birmingham City 1, Watford 2, and Birmingham, having dominated so much of this second half, now find themselves a goal down with just 12 minutes remaining. Riley's back header, Johnston's there, Barnes at the far post. It's 3-1. How simple, but how superb. All stemming from a throw-in. Riley's flick, Johnston helped it on, Barnes unmarked at the far post. So simple.
Well, Watford for Wembley, what a thought. And I reckon that's about an even money bet tonight.
Wilf Rostron leads out Watford. And with their chairman Elton John away in Paris, they're hoping that this is the yellow brick road to Wembley. Riley's coming towards the near post. Oh, he got a fleck and it's there! Promotion from the 4th Division only 6 years ago, then from the 3rd, then from the 2nd, then runners-up in Division 1, then through to Europe, and now with a team almost rebuilt in the last 12 months, Graham Taylor and Elton John have steered this club through to the FA Cup final at Wembley.
I mean, I think I'm pretty good at what I do, and when I perform I give 100%, and he matches me stride for stride, and that's the sort of person that I wanted to have at this club. If I had a brother or someone like that, that's the sort of person I would like to have.
is closing in here. Oh, and Sherwood didn't collect, and the goal is given.
Oh, you brought one of these books, have you?
Referee John Key of Rotherham, who made an 8:30 inspection, pronounced the pitch playable. Oh, it's there! Steve Foley! A marvellous shot! Grimsby take the lead with a marvellous goal by Steve Foley, his 5th of the season. Although the ground is cutting up, it's quite hard, about an inch or two down. And that, combined with the swirling wind, is making it very difficult to control the ball. Conditions which certainly at this stage seem to be favouring the second division side. Watford not functioning as they would like. What can Sterling do for Watford? Sterling keeps it in. Blissett with his back to goal. Les Taylor. He's done well, Taylor here. Good handling by Grotier. But a nice bit of football too by Les Taylor, because he looked as though he was shaping to hit that ball with his left foot, hesitated, dragged it just a little bit wider to open up the angles, and chipped it back. And Watford will certainly want to perform better in these 45 minutes than they did in the first. Sinnott gets in the cross, this is Gilligan, chips it up. Blissett! What a start to the second half. Blissett's 17th goal of the season. His 5th in the FA Cup. Scored 4 in the 3rd round against Sheffield United. And what a crucial start that is for Watford. Wilkinson. Still in possession. Oh, and it flashes across the face of the goal and almost scooped in by Rostron. What a lively start to the second half. Blissett managed to get on me. Grotier made an important stop. Blissett did well, controlling the ball and turning. Got past Crombie, but couldn't get past Grotier. Empson, number 11, keeps his feet. But Wilkinson wants to go on his own. Sterling. Oh, now Watford have got a lot of players forward here. Blissett's out wide. Gilligan's running into the middle. Gilligan! What a marvellous goal by Watford. And Grimsby were punished by the speed of the Watford break. Sterling did well in his own half to keep possession. He pushed it out to Blissett, who had space on the left, and a perfect cross to find the centre forward, Jimmy Gilligan, who had the simplest of goals. This is Callaghan. Taylor. Still Taylor. Callaghan. Oh, touched away by Grotier. And there's so much more purpose about Watford in this second half. moment beginning to turn the screw. Ostrom knocked it on, and it's not cleared. Foul on the keeper. Blissett, the man penalised. So 2 goals in the first 10 minutes of this second half. Swung this 4th round tie right back in Watford's favour. Blissett. Taylor makes it his and finds Callaghan, who knocks it first time to Blissett. What a goal! A splendid goal by Luther Blissett. The perfect, inviting cross from Nigel Callaghan behind the defenders. And Blissett tucked it away sweetly as you please. Grotier has to come out of his area. Blissett, is this the hat-trick? Oh, Peter Grotier, happy to smother that. And Blissett must have felt that he was on the way to a hat-trick. Now it's Coaten's turn to come off his line, and there's Lund as he found the net. What a brilliant stop by McClellan. Well, how did McClellan keep that ball out? Coaten had come sprinting off his line. He was miles out of position. It fell to Gary Lund, who did the right thing. It was right on target. McClellan sprinting back, somehow miraculously hoiked it away from off the line.
Well, a brave attempt by the Mariners, finally foundering on Watford's rock-like professional attitude, garnished by some fancy finishing. David.
Blissett. Got around Donachie, now Barnes. Oh, a good shot. Turner! That's what it needed!
And we start the action at Highbury, a much more cheerful place these days, as their blend of footballers, ancient and modern, dominated the first half of the season, providing a platform for the treble. Watford stand in their way with just 1 target left and very much in mind. Wembley for the FA Cup final.
Porter. Barnes. And he's beaten Anderson. Blissett. Well, that was a perfect piece of wing play by John Barnes. Nobody can say there's a better sight in football than a winger going cleanly outside his fullback, as Barnes did there by Anderson. But Luther Blissett couldn't make the most of the opportunity. Sims and Quinn together again, forward by Adams. Rostron with Groves, Hayes trying to sneak in, and McClellan away. Oh, Allinson! John McClellan in a terrible mix-up with Tony Coaten, and Ian Allinson took advantage. Arsenal are in the lead in the 12th minute, and Allinson didn't hang about. John McClellan appeared to be favourite, but he didn't seem to want the ball to go back to the keeper, and as he hesitated, Allinson smacked it into the net to put Arsenal ahead. Good turn by David Bardsley. Blissett, good goal. Simple, but so well executed. Watford have equalised. And need we say it again, good orthodox wing play. David Bardsley, whose thrusts worried Everton last Sunday, goes down the right, crosses to the near post. Luther Blissett applies the finish to make it 1-1. Now Richardson. He's got support on both wings. Bardsley. And he's gone round Sansom. Barnes has come in. Oh, a fine goal by John Barnes. That's a beauty. And Watford are in front. And the two wingers combine again. And what about this for wide play? England fullbacks they may be, Anderson and Sansom, but Bardsley and Barnes are taking them on this afternoon. Bardsley skipped Sansom. The cross was met by Barnes' header. And in the roof of the net, Watford are in front. Just wonder whether the fresh pairs of legs that George Graham has brought on are going to make a difference. That's obviously what he's gambling on. Charlie Nicholas yet to get a touch, really. Groves. John McClellan's was the challenge. Arsenal appeal for a penalty, not given. And Blissett chases the long kick. And still Blissett. And now his appeal is at the other end. And referee Brian Stevens again says no. And I have to say that I think he was right on both occasions. Well, there are plenty of points of discussion here. A good cup tie. And Barnes again defending. Sims is staying close to Niall Quinn. There is Quinn, Anderson, Thomas. Sansom. And Arsenal have forced a corner in this long assault on the Watford goal. Nicholas goes across for a short one. Gets it back to Sansom. Quinn went down under challenge from Sims, nothing given. Nicholas! It won't go in for Arsenal. Porter, with Falco to his left. Barnes. Oh, and Falco in space here. He's onside. Now a chance for Watford. Two in the middle waiting. Oh, Blissett, surely! In many ways, as Falco holds his head, Blissett did the right thing. He tried to direct the header back to where the goalkeeper was coming from, but he just got too much height on it. Well, Graham Taylor and his team less than 5 minutes away from a semi-final. David O'Leary. Free kick given against Gary Porter for the foul on Perry Groves. Steve Williams is arguing again with the referee. But Arsenal's best course of action now will be to get on with things, really. 3 minutes. Quinn with Sims. Oh, the flag's up on the far side. The referee hasn't seen it. Blissett's away for Watford. Controversy here looming. He's onside, is Blissett. And Lukic is saved. And Blissett again. A goal. But Arsenal must go back to the referee because the linesman on the far side was flagging in the previous attack. He wasn't seen. The referee played on. And Blissett scored at the other end. But he's right to consult his linesman because there was a flag. Whether it was for a penalty, I'm not sure, because the linesman raised the flag, the referee didn't look across, so we never saw it go across his chest. But did he see a foul or not at the other end in the previous attack? Because his flag was certainly up. Now what does Brian Stevens do here? Involved in controversy,
in the Arsenal-Watford fixture for the second time running this season, and he has awarded a goal to Watford, scored by Luther Blissett, who squeezed his shot past the man on the line to make it 3-1 and confirm that Watford are in the semi-final, but George Graham has made an emphatic protest from the bench, and without taking anything away from Watford, I have to see the reason why. So Graham Taylor, who was disappointed with the officials here when his team lost in the league, had his goalkeeper sent off. Sometimes in football, in a most peculiar way, the wheel turns full circle, and it has done for Watford at Highbury this season. About that there is no doubt at all. Sansom. Sims is up there again. Sansom once more. Watford are through to the semi-final of the FA Cup. The managers shake hands, but for Graham Crafter from Maidstone, the linesman with the white hair, and referee Brian Stevens, there will need to have to be a fairly hasty exit, because things are possibly being thrown there after a controversial incident. Graham Taylor's saying, get off the pitch, we don't want to incite any more fan reaction. Steve Williams arguing with the Watford manager, he seems to have lost his head a little bit. There's trouble down there by the tunnel. Perry Groves is trying to separate them. Arsenal are angry. It's the end of a bad week for them. A final score, but with plenty of talking to do afterwards, I'm sure, of Arsenal 1, Watford 3.
Everybody will talk about Watford's third goal. Well, let's try and make sure it's not careless talk, because it costs reputations. The first point to note, as Williams takes this free kick, is the position of referee Brian Stevens as he runs to the left. The second, that without any doubt whatsoever, Sims, that's number 5 in the yellow shirt, doesn't commit any offence. We can see how the confusion arose, because the linesman on the far side incorrectly thought Sims had committed an offence and flagged. The referee was much nearer, saw clearly what had happened, and quite rightly allowed play to proceed. It's true that both Williams and Adams stopped, having seen the linesman's flag. It's a pity that incident occupies our mind so much, because it really was a most riveting game, with both teams deserving much credit. Bob.
Make their progress steadily down that right-hand side.
Working it down for a long throw. I think Danny Shittu's coming up for the long throw.
There he goes, into the 6-yard box, wearing 17 for Watford. It's aimed towards Shittu. McCormick has to climb to punch that away. And it comes firing back in, but wide.
It was Tommy Smith, wasn't it? I mean, McCormack comes to this, and what you need to do here, height and distance. And you can see he's stretching over everybody. It isn't a good clearance at all.
Adi Boothroyd, the manager of Watford, who has done such an incredible job in hauling them out of the Championship, and he still believes in keeping them in the Premiership. Ian Holloway has just got over the flu and is clearly feeling the evening chill. Marcel Sipe got the challenge in to concede the corner. Stephen Cabba recalled to the Watford starting lineup today. Looks as though he's desperate to make the most of that opportunity. Working hard up there with Briskin. Short option. It's provided by Cabba. That's Buatsa! That's a belter! Plymouth Argyle 0, Watford 1. Hamo Buatsa has just about broken the back of the Argyle net.
Still a lot to do when this ball comes back. You can just see, nice shape there. Just comes away from the goalkeeper. Get in there.
He backs Blake. Managed to find Kevin Gallen. Gallen with a great ball in. This is Norris. He's kept it in. But somehow the ball wouldn't go in for Argyle. It's a corner. It could have been so much more.
What a great run from Norris. What a fine pass by Gallen as well. But I think he has a shooting opportunity and he doesn't take it. That just drags it there past the goalkeeper. I think when he comes the first time, he keeps it in play ever so well. Morn again putting it out.
This is Nallis. Might this be Argyle's time to strike with Jay Demerit still off the field, and we're here requiring stitches in a head wound. Gallen is held away from the ball by Damien Francis. He's appealing, but his shirt was being held. Argyle still press. This is Sinclair. He's wriggled through. And Shitu with possibly a goal-saving challenge.
Well, you can see the crowd gets so excited when he's in possession. You know, Norris does ever so well, just lifts it over the top, and he just shows good feet here. He's trying to create an opportunity to shoot, and Shitu just won't let him get that shooting opportunity.
Gallen in. Up went Timar. And Sinclair's effort is blocked, and it's Shitu in the way again. Is he having a game?
Great block. That's a fantastic delivery there from that short one. There you can see Foster comes out, he tries to catch as opposed to punch. And that's why a lot of the goalkeepers these days just punch clear.
Danny Shitu is doing the job of two central defenders by himself, but then again, he's as big as two central defenders.
Big unit, isn't he?
It's over Mariappa. Insnalis! No more than a half chance really for the Argyle captain, but he took up a great position.
You can see him here, just top of the screen, ghosted in, absolutely free, unmarked, and he's unlucky there.
Sinclair starting to come into the game. Cleared by Francis, who's the emergency centre-back. Argyle want a free kick, they've got one, and what a position to get one in.
It's a silly foul for me. It really is a silly foul. Can't win the ball every opportunity. Sometimes you just allow someone to bring it down and try and poke it away.
I think Gallen's pulled rank on this one. Orders Sinclair away. Gallen strike! What a good save by Ben Foster. What a really good hit by Kevin Gallen.
Wow, Kevin Gallen was right to pull rank. From this angle, I can't say if it's going in, but Foster does ever so well. He gets a look at it through the wall. 2 steps. Excellent save, absolutely fantastic.
Kevin Gallen and Ian Holloway actually played in an FA Cup quarter-final for QPR at Manchester United 12 years ago tomorrow. They lost that 2-0. There's Norris. Foster couldn't handle it, but he was quick to react and gather the ball back in as Gosling came in. Backs Blake, and it's blocked by the legs of Foster, and all of a sudden it was 3-on-1 for Argyle.
Starting to build, isn't it? I think Gallen is important in this move as well. Just a little lay in there. And this is ever so good. Hits the target, works the goalkeeper, and you feel like an equaliser's on, well, imminent.
Gosling. Forceful run from the 17-year-old Ebanks Blake, trying to find Gallen. Gallen has played Connolly in here. Oh! It's behind. It's a corner. Plymouth Argyle so close again. There were sections of the home park crowd who thought they'd scored.
Well, that's Ebanks Blake, isn't it? There's a chance here when just before that when I thought Blake should have turned. You can see he's just having a look up, drives it in, and oh, how does that go wide?
Not sure it should have. Well, there's plenty of enthusiasm from those Argyle supporters. They need to find their voices now. The famous Green Army have done plenty of talking before the game. They are listed officially as squad number 12 on the Plymouth team sheet. This is number 10, Barry Hale's getting through. But he couldn't quite get his body in the right shape at the end.
Well, you saw exactly why in Holloway's put him on there. You see that he wasn't deterred by Jay Demerit. Demerit bigger and stronger. Watch Hales use his body here as a pest. He gets in the way. He's just trying to lob this over Foster. Doesn't get the height.
Look at Ian Holloway. He wants a little bit more from the home park support. It's just what we've been saying. Sawyer. Demerit. It's blocked by Gallen. And it's fallen again for Kevin Gallen. Gavin Martin has a little nibble at him. Gallen short. Big deflection, corner.
Well, this is a man who's dropped from the forward line into midfield. Creates the shooting opportunity himself. I think it's Chris Powell who throws himself in front. I'm not sure. I think Foster might have had it covered, but just adds to the atmosphere, wins them a corner.
And they're quick about it too. Perhaps too quick.
Yeah, it was too easy for the goalkeeper. You'd have to say he's comfortable.
Look at Boatza go. James Chambers is furthest forward in support for him. Priskin and Francis arriving too. Boatza continues. Didn't get his head up. Wasn't able to.
He was under a little bit of pressure, wasn't he? But just the way that Foster there, you know, turned defence into attack.
Gallen. Ball just ran away from him. He allowed Chitu to make the clearance. Now one for Boatza to chase. In a straight foot race, he will leave Timar behind. Boatza in, spilled, and Francis goes in, and it's a good recovery by McCormick.
Fantastic double save. Well, Boatza's the man, isn't he? Scored the first goal. He's just saying, great turn of pace down the left. Doesn't even look up, just delivers. Goalkeeper does ever so well.
That's Capaldi. Almoji. Free kick, Plymouth Argyle.
Mariappa, again, giving away a free kick, and I've said, you know, it's needless. They've been pushed back, they've been under pressure a lot.
Capaldi takes it. Oh, so close to an own goal from Damien Francis. Ben Foster had to be so alert there.
Well, Nilly's puts him under a bit of pressure by getting across the near, but Damien Francis definitely jumps up with his right foot. Looks like it comes off the shin.
Ben Foster has done his bit to keep Watford in the lead.
We had to defend, and we defended resolutely and defended well. I thought our goalkeeper was great, which means that we were lacking in a few areas, but we've not had much luck this year in the Premiership, and thankfully we've got some luck in the FA Cup. Delighted for our fans, delighted for all the players, because they've kept going in difficult circumstances. You know, we're not winning that much this year. Can take its toll, but they've kept going, they've been resilient, and I'm just delighted that we're in the semi-finals.